I'm Barbara Henderson, and welcome to Oil Painting with Barbara Henderson, Just the Basics. If you have been thinking you would like to paint, I want to encourage you to go ahead. And these are the supplies that I use, and I would encourage you to set up with these. This will be your initial cost, and I'm going to show you what you need. Okay, here are the paints that you will need. Just this is very basic. I have big tubes in most of them because I paint quite a bit, but you should start out with the smaller tubes. And you always lay them out on your palette the same way. So your first color is cadmium red medium, and you just need a little squirt of that because it's a very strong color. The second things you put out are your yellows. This is just cadmium yellow, probably medium, whenever you can get it. And you don't really need this big of a tube because this is also a strong color that you don't use a lot of. Now, a big tube in yellow ochre is a good investment if it's a whole lot cheaper because you use a lot of yellow ochre. So reds, yellows, put out your yellow ochre, then your blues. So, and this is phthalo blue. I use some other blues, Viridian, ultramarine blue is a favorite, but phthalo blue is really an excellent blue for you as your main blue. And you don't need to buy other colors. You can mix most of them with this color. This is raw umber. Normally I have a huge tube of that, but I think they were out of it last time I was at the paint store. And you need a lot of that because that's your second to white color most used. Now you need burnt sienna. This is a reddish brown, and you don't use a lot of it, so this big tube must have been on sale. So that's that. And now that is basically the colors that you begin with. And you mix all of your greens, or if you need a black, that's just a simple brown and blue mixed together. Then white. Always buy that in the big tube if it's possible at all. And you put a big chunk of your white right here. So that is the colors, or that's the colors you'll need. And I just want you to use the same colors, and I'll turn this around. This is how your palette should look to begin with. Red, yellows, blue, and browns, and your white down here. Okay, moving along to your brushes, you need an assortment of bristle brushes and then softer brushes. And these are the harder brushes that you would use to cover your canvas in the first place because it digs in a little deeper and gives you better coverage. And you need a big brush like this to get the paint on, and then sometimes, you know, you'll move the brush up and down for blending. But that, and this is an angle brush, that's nice to have, but just the first things you need are probably a brush like this one and this one. And here are your mixing knives. These are just the ones that I like, but you can get a smaller one, and this would be your first one, and this would be the second one you buy, so you don't have to buy everything at once. Then you need some soft brushes. This is a round brush, and then there are flat brushes as well. This is just my assortment of brushes, and you buy the best you can buy, but don't break the bank. They're a lot more affordable than they used to be. And then I need this is a nice little ruler that has a grid on it, so that can be really helpful for you. And then if you've already got a ruler, just stick it in. Don't worry about buying anything you don't have to begin with. With these brushes, you can paint just about any picture unless you jump right into a wall mural. So that's basically it, your paint and your brushes and eventually a canvas. We'll have it. Okay, there's one more thing I wanted to cover, which is how you cover your paint in order to preserve it for the next time. And I've had some very expensive paint setups, and this works better than anything. You just get a piece of aluminum foil, excuse me, put it down like this and fold it under. Your paint will last for weeks when preserved that way. And that's all there is to it. You'll be ready to go next time you get out your paintbrushes.